Well, I'm down at Lake Tyers for Melbourne Cup Day. Being Cup Day, you've got to have a bet each way, I reckon. So I've got my Bream rod with 4-pound leader and little hard body, and I've got my Flathead rod with 8-pound leader and a soft plastic. So let's have a go at both, see which one comes up trumps. So where I'm fishing, there's a real drop off. So I've got flats over on my left where I can throw my hard body, or I can throw my soft plastic out in the deep and aiming for flathead. So betting each way. The breeze has come up now, which is really nice. So these flats were, when we first got here, were completely glassed out and you couldn't see any bream. Now that the water's actually warming up a bit and there's a bit of a breeze, so I'm gonna hedge my bets on this side for a little bit. See if I can come up with the goods. Just twitching, I've got a little shallow diving twitch 50 on and just giving it some really good twitches and then just letting it sit there. See if I can tent something. A nice big bream would be good. I just had the slightest little hit. Just going to leave it there. Hope that he comes back. Black bream tend to do that. They take your lure on the paws when you're using a hard body. I just want to do a huge shout out too to the girls at Northern Tide Apparel. They've put out a range of women's clothing. As you can see, I've got a dress on today. It's really comfy. It's got the long sleeves, but it keeps you nice and cool, but also protected on the shoulders and stuff from the sun. So thanks ladies, you're doing a great job. Just giving it a good couple of twitches and just leaving it. Moment I want to get that cast as far away from the boat as I can, because the water is so clear. I can actually see my lure, so I'm guessing the bream might be able to see me, but with that breeze it's going to make things a lot easier. I just saw a huge flathead. Oh my god. It was massive. That's how clear this water is, but oh, that was a big flatty, just took off. I'd like to catch that one. It's obviously sitting in the shallows, getting that sunshine and warming up. Oh, that was a good fish. Gets you excited, I tell you, when you see a fish swimming in the water. It just... I think I might have to get my big flatty lure out and throw it out where I saw him swim off to. Hedging my bets! Well, as you can see, I've picked up my flatty rod. I could not resist trying to see if I can get this big girl. She's probably, I reckon, about 70 centimetres. I did have one that size hooked here the other day on a hard body and it spat the hook, but this is swum off into the deep, so yeah, change of tactic, hedging my bets again. I would so love to catch that fish. Oh, he just chucked up his guts. Wow, and it looks like a little flathead. He's thrown up this... Have a look in the water, you'll be able to see it. Blair? He's thrown up like a little flathead, it's about this big. It's not a big flatty, this one, it's not, you know, they're all regular size, the same sort of similar size. But that was interesting to see what he's thrown up. And then you can see what they've been feeding on. Oh, hook's out. Beautiful. That's a little bit fatter than the last one, but similar size, just a little bit fatter, but yay. All right, another nice little flatty. Let's pop this one back, get a bigger one, hey? Off he shoots. I can see him, the water is just so beautiful and clear. I can actually saw him go straight back down to the bottom and sit there. Oh, this is so much fun. So when I'm fishing with Bream, with a soft plastic, I use a fairly light jig head. But when I'm fishing for flathead, I've got a 5 gram jig head on at the moment. I would go up to a 7 or even a 9 if it's really windy. Or a lot of current. The idea is that you want that lure on the bottom. Looks like it's feeding, it sits up like this. So, and also it makes some sort of dust, I suppose, on the bottom. So the flatheads see it, they see it land and they see what's going on, there's activity. And they'll tend to swim across to it. But yeah, got to have that lure on the bottom. I'm just lifting the rod tip up and sort of lifting it up so it swims up and then swims back down. So at the moment I'm casting sort of along the drop off and then sort of fanning out into the deeper water. So work it along and then we might move up if we don't get something. Got my little hard body out. We've moved spots. It's a really steep drop off here. And I thought, I'm too far from the edge now, I just wind it in, and then I saw a bloody bream follow it. I'm going to come in here a bit and just keep working at here. They're deeper. It may mean a lure change to something more like a vibe, but I had a follow, so that's a good thing. They must be looking for little bait fish. They're coming in off the bank into deeper water. So I've actually just hit the spot lock on the engine because I just want to get a few good casts in here, and because I've seen a fish, I know that they're here. There should be more fish in here. So. Goes. Just saw another one swim off. They're swimming right along that bank. Right up on the bank and then I'm going to bring it off. Let it sit there and float. Bream can hit it on when you just leave the lure and you do something else. I have learned that if you do nothing for like a good half a minute, they may just go, I've had enough of seeing that. I felt the knock. It's just a little twitch. I was hoping to get a bream on this little soft plastic. I should have known better. Oh, lure's out. Come on, calm down. Just wait. Oh, jeez, he's going to jump back in by himself, this one. And not a bad size, actually. That's a bit bigger than what we've been catching. It's probably close to 50, 45, 50. Perfect eating size. Well, we have to work hard, I tell you, but getting them, and so lively too. He's just not happy to be out of the water, so we'll get him back in, off to swim and grow nice and big. Oh, okay, stop biting. That jaw is so strong. Brilliant, let's get a bigger one. Well, I'm hedging my bets. I was aiming for Bream, but I've got a flatty on my hard body. Yeah. I'm just hoping he doesn't bite me off. I think it's probably in the lip, but yeah, it is. It's not a big one, it's only little, but still, it's nice. Oh, hook came out then because once I took the pressure off. So I will get this cleaned up because it's got trebles. I've got to be careful in the net and give you a little look. Well, even when I'm betting on Bream, I'm coming up with Flathead today, but that's all right. It's so fantastic to be out of lockdown. The weather's fantastic as well. The wind's picking up, so hopefully that might mean the Bream are going to turn on and we can catch some, but in the meantime, that's okay. I'll pop this one back. Whoa. And off he swims. Let's go for another one. We'll have our routines when we go fishing. One of ours when we're at Lake's entrance is to go to Big Bear's Donuts and get a fantastic donut and coffee. And then you can have it out in the water. Yum! Just doing a lure change. I haven't been catching anything for a while, and hubby's been catching some on this lure, so I'm going to copy him. I've also just put a little bit of scent on because I love scent. I think it works well. It's a confidence thing. So that's what I'm doing. Let's go and catch some bloody. First bloody cast. This is what I'm talking about. First cast of that lure, more extra scent. And this is not a bad fish actually. Oh, okay, this is all right. The head shakes are really strong, really. Okay, it's a good fish. Oh God, those head shakes. And I felt the lure get taken, and I went, oh yeah. I haven't seen it yet, so it's still fairly deep. I'm just going to take my time. And as soon as I see it up towards the boat, I will back my drag off just a little bit. Oh, I did see it. It's a nice one. Oh. That lure is down, I can feel it grinding. Wow, that's a nice fish. Oh, now I've got to turn its head around this way. I've got to keep its head in the water. I need to turn its head so it swims straight in. Yes, and it did. Oh, that's a nice flatty. Look at that for a chunk of fish. Oh. That's what I've been waiting all day for. We're going to have to give this one a measure. It's a nice, about a 60 I think, but we'll measure it just for safekeeping. Okay, I'm going to give this girl a measure. I've wet the brag mat because I don't want her sticking to it or getting burnt or anything like that. Oh, the jaws on this bit here, straighten her out, and 60. 60 on the line. Wow. Now you've got to make sure that you really support these big girls through the belly. I've got my thumb in there, I'm holding her and supporting her the whole time. We're going to take a couple of still photos and then we'll release her, after we give her a swim. I reckon I've been chasing this girl all weekend. I got her on hard body the other day and lost her. Saw her, spooked her off the flats this morning down into the deep. Oh, got her, and off she goes. I'm going to release her. We'll give her a swim first. Oh, give her a nice swim. Get some, she's fairly active. She's pretty good, but I'd just like to give her a swim. Make sure she's in good health before I let her go. Well, I persevered and persevered. It's taken me a while to get in that nice one. Had a few little ones, but if you persevere, you'll get the bigger ones too. So, magnificent! Well, I've had an absolute ball here at Lake Tyers this weekend. The fishing has been a little bit tough, but that's okay. We still caught some quality flathead, especially that big girl at the end there. Now it's time to go and put a bet on the mighty Melbourne Cup. Let's go, and I'll catch you next time on the water.